Welcome to Synchronize Swatches, your twice-monthly dose of coolness. I'm your host, Chip Johnson.
And I'm the other guy, Chris Gregory.
Every other week, we watch an episode of the cult classic 1990s sitcom Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and then we record ourselves talking about it.
It's time for Operation Record the Podcast. Are you ready?
Nice action.
Gentlemen, Synchronize Swatches. Not a problem.
I've never liked you, Lewis.
Not a problem.
Eat now?
Clean out your locker, you're finished.
Did you take your kids trick-or-treating? How was Halloween?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So the Halloween was good. My unnamed son child is 14. And
Son child.
my son unnamed son child. Yeah, he's 14, so like you're supposed to stop. I know. You're supposed to stop that when you're 12,
Right.
But last year I was like, man, who gives a shit, fuck it.
Yeah.
So, and then this year he had the option of handing out candy with my dad or whatever, but he was kind of torn, because he's 14, and he's getting kind of tall. Like basically what ended up happening was I told him, I was like, next year you're probably going to be as tall as me. So nobody's going to believe that you're a child at that point. So
Yeah.
go ahead and do it one more year, So we did. And my daughter child went out dressed up in she was wearing an inflatable Cookie Monster costume.
Oh, wow.
That was really cool looking. It looked like those sumo wrestler outfits that you can get and just slam into each other, except that like it's full coverage, like the whole body, So like it was like walking around with a toddler at some points with the steps and everything, where you're just like coming down the steps, you're like, all right, one more, 'cause,
This
she
really
couldn't
impedes her view.
yeah. I mean, she could see all right, but she kept talking about how blurry it was. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
so it was
God.
like, yeah, it's like it felt like going out trick or treating with a small child again, And she's just like, this big Stay Puft Marshmallow character walking around, So,
Oh, man.
but it was successful. They got large bags of candy. So
That's cool.
how was your Halloween out there?
Good. It was chill for us. I mean, we just kind of chilled on the porch and, handed out candy. Yeah, you talk about the age thing. It's like there was clearly, in our neighborhood, there's clearly like well into their teens, teenagers, like coming around, like with a, kind of a half-ass costume.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you got to try a little harder, man. Come on.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was a pretty good turnout.
Yeah. This is the first year that I forgot about the bags, because I wasn't sure if both of them were going to go, and it just didn't occur to me to get, Halloween bags. So I literally walked out of it turned out that they had some, but I walked out of the house like literally carrying pillowcases, like the fucking Peanuts or something. I'm just like, well, I mean, if it comes down to it, we're going with pillowcases.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
who cares,
Still works.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool actually in the neighborhood we went through. One of the houses, they had a 3-piece band up there playing on their porch, just playing like, Halloween music,
Oh,
like
wow.
a guitar, clarinet, and I don't remember what the third instrument was, but yeah. So when you're walking down the street, you could hear them off in the distance and, getting louder as you approach. It was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Not to date the episode or anything.
I was going to say, like, it's probably going to be out probably after Thanksgiving, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, in that spirit, it's not like I didn't forget that yesterday was daylight savings ending. I just didn't even realize it, until I woke up yesterday morning and it was like my phone said 6 and the outside said 7. I was like,
yeah.
What's happening? Yeah. I didn't realize it was, but
same for us. Like I don't think I totally didn't anticipate it, and I woke up and I think I looked at a clock that, of course didn't change. Yeah. And it seemed right. And then I looked at some other stuff. I'm like, what? Wait, what's going on?
It's so dumb that it happens twice a year. We do that, and every single time you can't seem to escape being like, huh? What? Did this just start? What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. So ridiculous.
Yeah. And it brings in like the, I mean, I like the holiday season and everything, but man, like I don't like this. It's dark outside at 5 stuff. You know, it's
no, dude, that's the worst part. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me daylight savings all the time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there, you know, throughout the years, I mean, even when we were kids, there was always, you know, a buzz about like, oh, we're gonna do away with it, you know, and
yeah.
And there's like a little bit of push, you know, a little bit of legislation like push, but then nothing. It never goes anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I remember seeing something about that a couple years ago or something about how, you know, what you said, like legislation to make it a permanent feature. And it's like, I'm all for that. And then people are like, well, you know, the real people pushing that is the golf industry because they can keep their resorts open later and then yada, yada, yada. Like, I don't give a fuck, man.
I don't care.
In this case,
golf, fuck them, but it doesn't matter.
In this case, I'm on board with the golf people. Give me later days.
I like how specific that conspiracy is.
Yeah, I know.
It's
the golf
the
lobby.
golf industry.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This episode sponsored by the Golf Lobby. There's nothing to that conspiracy, dummies.
You guys were dangerous dudes, huh?
We're here today. I like starting off like that.
It always sounds so solemn. We're here today to remember.
It always sounds like a funeral. We're here today to honor Season 2, Episode 2, A Walk on the Dark Side. Or in the German parlance,
Shelly in der Unterwelt.
Or Shelly in the Underworld. This episode aired on Sunday, August 18th, 1991. It is the debut writing credit for Renee Palio and Brenda Lilly. This is their first episode as a writing team on here, or first episode writing at all on this show.
Yeah.
And it is directed by our old favorite, a veteran, Brian Spicer, his 10th episode directing, and his first one since the season finale last year. Excuse me.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So here's a synopsis of the forthcoming episode. Who is Shelly Lewis? Cheerleader, freshman, schoolyard snitch, or just Parker Lewis's little sister? Tired of living in Parker's shadow, Shelly falls in with the supernatural Darksiders, rulers of Santo Domingo's underworld. Or
great summary.
Unterwelt.
Great summary.
Yeah, thanks. Unterwelt.
Definitely very supernatural.
Yeah. So for our credits gag here, we have a sequence of scenes of the various characters opening an armoire. I had a very hard time trying to figure out how to describe this, but each sequence is somebody opening an armoire. And we hear this radio announcement over the background of it, announcing cheerleader tryouts. So in the first one, Parker approaches and opens his armoire, and it reveals a cache of binoculars. And he selects a nice yellow pair and looks through them.
He's got a ton of them. He's got a ton of binoculars. I don't know why he has that many.
I was expecting him to grab the big ones, but
yeah,
I guess he's not that far away. That's for some long distance snooping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Long distance snooping.
So in the next sequence, the announcer explains that the pollen counts are high today, and we see Jerry approach an armoire, and he opens it up and reveals his stash of oxygen masks and inhalers. It looks like the oxygen masks they have on aircraft, you know, on the backside of the thing. But he has this whole wall of inhalers as well, and he selects an inhaler and takes a deep hit off of it for good measure.
And they're like color-coded, too. I don't know what the color coding is, but they're definitely color-coded.
Yeah. They probably have different flavors or something.
Cherry flavor, lemon flavor.
Yeah. He's vaping. He's ahead of his time with the vaping. So as the radio voice tells us now that refreshments are going to be served, and we see Kubiak open his armoire, and inside he has this carousel of large brown lunch bags, kind of like a tie rack thing, you know, like the automatic tie racks, and all of them have his name on them, misspelled, of course. And the announcer tells us that these refreshments will be available to everyone except Kubiak. This is pretty fucked up. So he selects a bag off the carousel and gives it a hug. I think he might even smell it or something. I don't know. It would be Kubiak's way. So in the final scene, the announcer says, "Come to the football field and meet a cheerleader." And we see Mikey open the armoire. And the voice continues, "Or bring your own." And at this, Mikey removes a cheerleader that he has had stashed away in the armoire.
Would you expect anything less?
It's troubling, but no.
Very troubling, but would you expect anything less with Mikey?
No,
His reveal is always going to be a chick.
Yeah, he's just got this lady housed in his armoire.
Or two chicks.
Or two, right? Yeah, depending on who wrote the episode, I guess. So as they exit the scene, we get this cool transition where she reaches up and pulls down the title card like a set of blinds, which is pretty cool. So we open in the hallway, and the best buds are exiting the cafeteria, and in VO, Parker tells us that there are certain important events that take place every year at Santo Domingo. The Frisbee football playoffs, the Keanu Reeves movie marathon, but the most important event is cheerleader tryouts.
Of course. My note here was, what would your Keanu Reeves marathon include? And I'd say let's keep it period specific to the release is like 91. Yeah. I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
Point Break.
Right.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and River's Edge.
See, I don't want to say anything and get myself harassed like I did with the Heathers thing, so I'll just say both Bill and Ted's movies. Both Bill and Ted movies. And what else? What else is he in?
What Keanu Reeves movie have you not seen, Chris?
Let's move on. Let's go ahead and move on from there. I'm not trying to invite a bunch of bullshit.
That's all this show is.
I'll get you. You're right. All right, well, let's point out your inadequacies sometime. All right. Just find your cultural inadequacies.
Hey, I'm wide open, man. You just got to...
Yeah, I did like... See, I like the second Bill and Ted movie better than the first one. I'm sure that's not breaking new ground to say that, but the first one's fun. I had a fun time watching it when I was 10, but I watched the second one. I had that on tape. I probably watched that 100,000 times. I don't know why.
Oh, wow.
Probably just the I don't know. It was just more adventurous, I guess, than the first one,
I can see
that one was an excellent adventure, some say. But the the second one was I don't know, I just like the afterlife bits and it was just a lot more cartoonish, but yeah. So, as these guys round the corner, they find a hallway filled with cheerleaders dancing and shimmying for their exclusive enjoyment, it would seem. They're all looking right at them, unless they're looking directly off camera with a dead look.
Shimmying is a great descriptor there, because that's definitely what they're doing.
It's interesting how they're moving across the screen too, because they're also creating like this weaving pattern, but they're also creating an opening for the emergence of the people who we're going to see in a second. So the buds walk through this sea of bubbly bubblegum pink humanity, which Parker describes as an irresistible mating call to all flamingo males. And then suddenly, in the center of the hallway, it's filled with darkness, and a crew of Tim Burton-esque goth teens emerge from the pack, slicing through the cheerleaders as they walk towards the best buds. These, Parker tells us, are the Darksiders, and their leader, Jimmy Joe Trout. Jimmy Joe Trout. I made a little note here that just says, that name.
Yes, that name. And Jimmy Joe Trout is played by Rodney Eastman, probably best, at least for me, best known as Joey in A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3 and Part 4. It looks like he was also in the remake of I Spit on Your Grave in 2010, and he's in, I see your note here, he's in a ton of television in 86 through 2019.
Tons of stuff.
He's in a lot of stuff, for sure.
Yeah.
But he'll always be Joey to me. And my other note was here. Like, your note is that name, and I was like, yeah, and those outfits too, though.
Yeah,
the goofy and your Tim Burton-esque descriptor was great, because it's very spot on. But I was like, the goofiness undercuts any menace that they potentially had. One of his crew is wearing a leather jacket with bicycle shorts.
Yeah.
Like tight ass black bicycle shorts.
He looks like
and
he
then like
should
boots and like some cowboy boots. It's the most ridiculous getup.
Yeah, he looks like he should be at like a Faith No More concert in 1991.
Yeah, exactly. And that's great. Yeah, exactly. And then one chick is wearing like a duster, but then she has a blossom hat.
Yeah. Yep.
And another girl looks like a Beetlejuice reject with her black and white striped leotard and hat.
Yeah. That was the big
only
thing
member
that stuck out to me. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That it definitely a Beetlejuice vibe going there.
Yeah.
The only member who looks even remotely intimidating is the bald dude, and that's because he looks like he's 30.
Yeah.
And he looks like NoHo Hank.
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah, he does. Oh man, yeah, he sure does. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Joe Trout's the most put together one of them. Look, and I will say, like, that name, the name sucks. I mean, I feel bad saying that, but like everything else about that character is great. He's really good in this role.
Oh, he totally is. Yeah.
And but just man, throughout the episode when they keep calling him Jimmy Joe, it's like, God, this is just such a crappy name, man.
Yeah. They're going back to that double name thing.
Yeah.
The convention that they used, all through season 1. Yeah, no, his outfit's definitely together. I mean, he's got like, fatigues, his pants are like camo pants. He's got, like combat boots on. He's got the big leather, jacket or duster or whatever.
Yeah.
And, he's got, good jewelry and stuff. He's definitely made up well, for sure.
Yeah. So the Darksiders are the current rulers of Santo Domingo's netherworld. And according to Parker, if you're looking for the secret of the ooze, you need to talk to Jimmy.
And I'm guessing that's a Turtles reference? I don't know.
Yeah, it must be.
About this time, it seems about right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the first one came out in 1990. I think the second one came out the year after. So
okay, yeah.
It was pretty quick succession on those two.
Secret of the ooze.
Yeah, that's where we got Ninja Rap from.
And the world will never be the same.
Never. So the Darksiders walk past Parker and Mikey as Jerry crawls out of a locker that I guess he dove into off camera. I didn't see him do it. I just saw him coming out.
Yeah.
But once past, the Darksiders are surrounded by lightning and thunder, and then they evaporate back to their native realm.
Yes. Great gag.
Yeah. I love the number of people. I mean, it happens multiple times in this episode, but just that's one thing I love about this show is just people just disappearing into thin air.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yep.
So we see Shelly at her locker, and she has her pom-pom in her hand, and she's discussing the upcoming cheerleader tryouts with her friend Alice. She tells Alice that if Shelly, becomes a cheerleader, she wants Alice to be her main follower. Alice is stoked. She then warns Shelly that the head cheerleader, Janice, is approaching.
And Janice is played by Tiffany Poston. She's actually appeared in 2 episodes in season 1, both times as a cheerleader. I don't know if she was ever a named cheerleader in those episodes, but
I think she's Buttons the cheerleader, and I know she's Bubblegum the cheerleader.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Now she's got a name. She stepped up.
She was Janice the whole time. We called her Buttons, but she was Janice.
Buttons. She'll always be Buttons to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and she'll always be Bubblegum Girl to Dr. Pancow.
Yes.
Yeah. So an excited Shelly fantasizes that her performance on the field might make her a first-round draft choice for Janice. But when she starts to say something, Janice shoves a pom-pom in her face, walks past, and says hello to Parker. Shelly, looking annoyed, literally stands in Parker's shadow.
And this might be my favorite gag of the show so far, of what we've reviewed.
Wow.
Because the shadow is literally a shadow of Gumby, like a cutout of Gumby. I mean, it's fucking
with the eyes
hilarious.
And everything, yeah. It's so dumb.
I just love it. I mean, to me, that's like, it's pinnacle Parker, and it might be. I mean, there's a lot of great gags, all through season 1 and leading, but this is up at the top for me.
Yeah, I love how his hands
Gumby.
sticking up too. It's just it's great. You can see his eyes cut out and everything.
Lights going through his eye. I mean, it's just a fucking Gumby cutout. It's fucking.
It's not
brilliant.
like the suggestion of Gumby. It's literally just Gumby.
Cartoony as hell. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so Janice asks Parker to lead Friday night's pep rally, but Jerry, checking the schedule, informs her that Parker has a previous engagement. Parker apologizes, and then the three do a very deliberate about-face and walk off. I love the way that they just turn their heads. I don't know. I can't do it here, but
it's choreographed really well.
Yeah, and it's funny and it's goofy looking, So Alice tells Shelly that she's lucky she gets to live in the same house as Parker Lewis.
Yeah, it's almost like having a life of my own.
So now we're in the hall. I guess this is in the hallway, but later. That's what my note says. Hallway later. So I'm going to believe what I wrote earlier. We see Shelly trudging down an empty hallway sometime later. She sees and then kicks the shit out of an Oscar the Grouch trash can. And it sails down the hallway, crashing into a wall and sticking there. Like in midair, completely crushed. And suddenly, darkness descends. The wind whips up and lightning crackles. The Darksiders have returned. Jimmy Joe asks Shelly if she kicked the trash can. And she says she did, and he says, good action. I love that. The Darksiders cackle at this and then return through their portal to the netherworld.
Yeah, I love that good action. It's like, I don't think that was a phrase or a saying, but we should definitely revive it and start using good action.
They're probably trying to make it one.
Yeah, exactly. Good action.
Yeah. It'll be on T-shirts, I swear.
Yeah.
So next we see the morning announcements. Miss Muko. Wow. Greek Muko. Miss Musso is on the mic and on TV, announcing the results of the recent Academic Performance Exam, or APE. The top 5 finishers, she reminds us, get to compete in the upcoming Whiz Kids Academic Meet, or WCAM. So dumb. The winning team in this competition gets a trip to Hawaii with their deserving principal.
Of course. Man, the school district just loves their acronyms, man.
They sure do, man.
APE, WCAM.
I love that. I just love that.
Theft.
Yeah. I just love that juxtaposition of one that works and then one that is super forced.
It's brilliant. WCAM.
Yeah. As the best buds watch on screen from Parker Central, Miss Musso announces the winners, one of whom is young Jerry Steiner. At this, Jerry breaks into a very, very silly dance of joy.
Yeah, I mean, it's cheesy even by 90s standards. Like, yeah. I don't think it was a real dance. I think it's something he just made up himself.
Yeah, they're just like, Troy, go for it.
Yeah, just freelance, Troy.
So good.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny, though. They're all excited for him and everything.
Yeah.
So Miss Musso then announces the top scorer, Larry Kubiak. And then she does a double take. Larry Kubiak? And we cut to the outside where Kubiak, snack in hand, hears his name and looks up as a mortarboard appears atop his head. And he says, me? Smart? And smiles. He's very proud of himself. We pan to the right and reveal students seated along the bleachers, ready to watch cheerleader tryouts. The Darksiders find their seats among their fellow flamingos. It's interesting how much less impactful this goth look is in the light of day.
Yes.
Or in this case, the light of an overcast day.
Yeah,
Totally. It's funny to see them like pushing their way through the crowd. It's like they just look like everybody. They look completely out of place and not even less intimidating than you described earlier.
Yeah.
It's all outside.
Exactly.
There's no lightning and thunder or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
It's just a bunch of jerks pushing people around. So Parker, Mikey, and Jerry are atop the bleachers with their umbrellas and lawn chairs, observing the action. Shelly is out on the field, pom-poms at the ready. Janice blows a whistle directly in her face, telling the girls to get ready, and they all form up on the field to audition. As Shelly scans the crowd, she sees Jimmy Joe looking at her. She shakes this off, and the routine begins. Within moments, however, Shelly is off rhythm, getting whacked in the face repeatedly by the pom-poms of others. She is then hip-checked, which seems a little much.
Yeah.
And she hits the ground. The crowd of students laugh, but Parker stands with a look of concern crossing his face. Shelly gets up and runs off the field, catching a few stray pom-poms to the face on her way. That was even more excessive.
Yeah.
She's trying to run away, and people are hitting her in the face.
Yeah. Poor Shelly.
Yeah, I know. So we're back in the hallway. Inside, Shelly throws her pom-poms in her locker. Parker approaches. He notes her tears and says, it's time for some brotherly wisdom. He calls her Shelly Belly, but when she turns, he is whisked away by Janice and some other cheerleaders.
Yeah, apparently Janice rearranged the pep rally just to accommodate his schedule.
Yeah. Hey, man, he's Parker Lewis, man.
Yeah.
So Shelly's alone in the hallway, and she closes her locker door, which reveals the presence of Jimmy Joe. She's startled, but he puts his finger to his lip and leads her away from the locker, whipping his jacket around her. I wish he'd gotten like a larger jacket or something like more akin to like a Batman cape.
Yeah, because that's kind of what it is. It's like the Batman whip over with the cape or Dracula or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't quite vanish. It would, but I'm not gonna, whatever. So lightning strikes as the camera pans up to a scene of a full moon rising over a darkened hill. And a wolf's lonely howl in the distance takes us to commercial break.
Did you notice when there's a shot of, the camera's in the locker looking out at her and Parker, approaching, on the wall in the background, there's a flyer announcing the cheerleader tryouts. But the graphic on it is like a hand-drawn graphic. It's a dog and a fire hydrant. And I'm like, what? I don't get it. I don't understand what that means.
I don't either. Come piss on cheerleader tryouts.
It's so bizarre.
Come mark your territory on these ladies. That's so weird.
I wonder if it's one of those things that like the art department, put on there just as a joke. Like something bizarre because they're like, nobody's ever going to fucking see this.
Yeah.
Because back then, I think we talked about this, like the resolution's not that great and people can't pause it really, because, home video was still a fairly new thing.
Yeah.
So they probably didn't expect anybody to ever see that.
As we pointed out before, nobody was looking ahead 35 years to a couple of doofuses watching the show and picking it apart.
And analyzing the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So we're in the hallway as we come back from commercial, and the hallway double doors burst open, revealing goth Shelly at the head of the Darksider pack. V.O. Parker tells us that the thought of Shelly as a Darksider was inconceivable to him. Now, however, she looks like a rebel without a chance. The Darksiders pass by the camera, revealing a totally trashed hallway in their wake. Apparently, it reminds Parker of a hotel Donnie Wahlberg stayed in at some point, and then I had to do a little research on that.
Yeah.
And I guess in April of 1991, Donnie Wahlberg was accused of setting fire to a hotel room he was staying at in Louisville, Kentucky. So that's the reference, I guess.
Oh, jeez.
So we're back in Parker Central. The Buds watch all of this over closed caption. Oh, boy, let me start over because I can't remember what that says. Closed circuit TV. I'm going to start over. We're back in Parker Central. The Buds watch all of this over CCTV. Mikey says he used to ride with Jimmy Joe back in 5th grade.
My note was just rode with on trikes?
We rode big wheels together. I guess you're probably like 11 or 12 in 5th grade.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't really think about that.
Still sounds funnier than bikes, but
yeah. He says he's a definite crash and burn. Jerry tells him that Shelly is merely acting out her sibling rage, embracing that which Parker would find abhorrent.
Freud? Jung? Geraldo. Sisters who live in the shadows of their older brothers and hate them for it.
I wonder if Shelly knows about the gang's initiation yet.
What's that, sir?
Getting herself suspended.
So we cut to a classroom where Miss Musso and Frank welcome the whiz kids to study time. Miss Musso tells them all aloha, and then she walks among the students providing encouragement. I don't know if this one bumped you, but when she approaches Jerry, she licks the front of her lips very provocatively.
Very.
And he's sitting there speed reading an encyclopedia, and Grace tells him, "Faster, Jerry, faster!" Like, I would have loved to have known the direction for that. Like, what was she told to do there? All right, here's what I want you to do. Get all hornied up. Because he doesn't even look up. He just sits there flipping the pages.
Yeah, he's just flipping pages, man, reading. Yeah.
It's crazy.
But yeah, she totally licks her lips like hardcore. Yeah.
It reminded me of Donna Sue drinking water from the water.
Yes.
So they find Kubiak clutching a Cience toy. He pulls the string, and the spinner stops. The spinner stops. The dog says, Kubiak thinks and then says, "Moo." And when he sees Miss Musso's reaction, he says, "Not moo?"
I know. Abe's delivery on that was great, as always. Not moo?
He just doesn't know, man. He doesn't know. So now we're in the diner. The Darksiders are in the corner booth. And again, this doesn't look especially intimidating in the light of day. In a diner. Jimmy Joe compliments another diner on his aviator sunglasses. The guy nods, but Jimmy Joe says, "I want them." There's this echo over his voice. It's very effective because the patron hands them over immediately. And everyone has a laugh. And then Jimmy Joe snaps his fingers and they all leave. Incognito Parker appears next to Shelly and tells her that running with this crowd is badness. And she sarcastically thanks him and tells him he's really turned her around. So now we're in the hallway, back at the school. And Shelly sprays locker doors black as the best buds observe. And they're very close to her while they're watching, actually. So Jerry whips out his calculator and tells him that Shelly is violating a school rule every 27 minutes. I'd be curious to know what the equation was there that he typed into his calculator to figure that one out. But he says this makes her more destructive than Gallagher. And then he turns and finds Shelly beside him, and she coats his glasses and face with black spray paint.
Yeah, it's a great gag, too, because it's like Jerry's POV, and then she just sprays the camera lens, completely black. And then we cut to Jerry, and he's just, his whole face is black, and his his glasses are all blacked out, and he pulls them off, and it leaves, of course, a imprint.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're in Miss Musso's office again, and she's spread photos on her desk of Shelly's vandalism, and she expresses her disappointment to Shelly.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I take a pretty good picture, don't I?
Shelly, I always had hoped you'd go far. Class snitch, hall spy, maybe someday special obedience helper. That's why your behavior of late is so baffling. Is there something wrong at home? I mean, besides your brother. You know that I'm always here for you, in a glamorous adult to helpless child sort of way.
How far would I have to poke through your makeup to hit skin?
Miss Musso explodes, screams for Frank, and then the glass shatters into Barbara Billingsley's silhouette.
Yes. 100%, dude. You nailed it. I mean, that's totally a recycled shot from that exact episode where you called that out before.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, hey, it's that one that I thought looked like Barbara Billingsley. Stupid.
So this is probably the first time we've had a recycled door gag, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. So again, we're in the hallway. This is another episode that's hallway heavy.
Yes.
Frank escorts Shelly past the best buds. He takes her to the detention room. The incarcerated within reach through the barred window trying to get at Frank and Shelly as he unlocks the padlock. I love that one of the arms is a skeleton arm.
Yes,
all these
great.
arms reaching through, and there's this one stupid skeleton arm just like dragging at her. It's great.
That's the shit I love, man. That's the shit I love.
So Shelly is deposited in the room. The detained students within, a rough-looking crowd, begin to approach Shelly menacingly. The camera pulls in tight on Shelly's eyes, and then on a single eye, as Jimmy Joe appears within her pupil. He says, "Feel the dark side." She suddenly hulks up and tells them to back off. And the crowd cowers into the corner, whimpering.
Maya's delivery is freaking great. And then after this, she has like this little growl and like a lip snarl at them. It's just fucking
that's right.
great.
I forgot about that. Yeah, it's an awesome look.
It's so good.
So we go back over the door and we see Parker, and he's looking very discouraged. So I think we're in Miss Musso's office again. I'm not sure exactly where this scene takes place because it's very short. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Coob is seated, and he's again attempting to catch a fly in his mouth.
As he is wont to do.
As he is. He must be hungry. He has like these suction cup monitors stuck to his head.
Yeah.
Miss Musso and Frank are trying to determine why he did so well on the test. So then we cut back to the detention hall. The best buds are still standing around outside detention when Frank beams in behind them. Another one of those classic Frank beam-ins.
Yeah.
Classic Frank beams in. I don't know how to say it. He releases Shelly from detention. Parker grabs her and tells Shelly Belly that she made it, and good going. And across the hall, the Darksiders phase into existence. So we've got competing phasing and beaming going on here.
Yeah.
It's a weird place.
A lot of fabric of reality being torn right now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So Jimmy Joe removes the mallet from a fire alarm, and Shelly glides across the floor, drawn to him.
Yes.
Much to Parker's chagrin, Shelly takes the mallet, smashes the glass, and pulls the fire alarm.
Which doesn't make the normal fire alarm sound. It makes that nuclear reactor meltdown sound.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, I bet if we went back and looked, there's probably not a lot of fire alarm sound consistency on this show.
Yeah,
no. So Parker and Jimmy Joe stare each other down, and Jimmy Joe smirks. Miss Musso arrives, looks up at Parker, and then at Shelly. She points to her and then to the door, indicating that Shelly has been suspended. Shelly walks slowly down the hallway, past onlooking students. V.O. Parker tells us that Shelly is taking a walk. A walk on the dark side.
Dun, dun, dun.
So when we come back from commercial, we are surprise in the hallway. we follow Shelly in some ass-kicking boots down the hallway. I love those fucking boots.
Yeah.
And I made a note here that the whole outfit really works for her. She looks cool as shit.
Yeah.
More so than the rest of them.
Yes. Yeah.
V.O. Parker tells us that the suspension had a positive effect on Shelly, in that she is now positively a Darksider. Shelly blows past her friend Alice on her way to Miss Musso's office. So this is actually outside Miss Musso's office. Frank is showing Miss Musso a diagram he created, demonstrating the hierarchy of development. It's another great sight gag here.
Yeah.
At the top, and he's narrating this the whole time, so
Yeah.
really driving the point home.
At highest level, Albert Einstein, followed by the rest of mankind. Mammals, reptiles, Hyundais, toasters, insects, amoebas, cheese, Dan Quayle, rocks, and lastly, Larry Kubiak.
Miss Musso says, I guess it's Aloha Whiz Kids Championship. And then Frank asks her if she means aloha hello or aloha goodbye. And she just sneers at him and growls. This is a perfect response. She's just like, it's so fucking funny.
I love that line. Aloha, hello, or aloha, goodbye.
I love how Frank is sometimes he's situationally dense sometimes.
Yes.
You know? So she goes back into her office, and the door closes behind her on its own. She's got like a phantom or something in that fucking door, man.
Yeah, totally.
A phantom that's afraid of her. So Shelly walks past Frank and hisses at him, which I thought was great. He steps back. And then inside Miss Musso's office, we see Shelly's silhouette in the door glass as it morphs. The door opens and Shelly appears in a bright dress with ponytails. She practically skips into the room. V.O. Parker explains that her transition into being a Darksider has given her powers beyond mere mortals. Miss Musso is amazed by the transformation, telling Shelly she looks so Molly Ringwald. Shelly apologizes for her behavior, claiming that it had something to do with being Parker's sister. But Miss Musso doesn't buy this. I actually like the way she responded to that. She just for a moment, she's totally buying into this bullshit of Shelly. But as soon as she says that, she's like, that's not really Parker's style, you know?
Yeah.
So she's a little cagier than she may appear sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
This is a style all your own. And Shelly finds this cool. It's like the first time that she's had somebody point out something that's all hers, you know?
Yeah.
Miss Musso's proviso for her return to school is that if she ever feels troubled again, she'd come speak to Miss Musso, woman to womanette. Shelly assures her there will be no further issues. She turns to leave, and as soon as she crosses the threshold, she morphs back into Darksider mode. And I like how Frank's jaw just drops.
Yeah.
He's just like, huh? I know, this is a man who just beamed into a scene out of nothing. He's amazed by her abilities. So, again, in the hallway, the glass is smashed on another fire alarm. Miss Musso screams to Frank to put through the paperwork. Shelly Lewis is to be expelled by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And we cut to Parker Central, where we see them watching this on CCTV. Parker calls to Synchronize Swatches. It's time for Operation Scared Straight. This operation will focus on Shelly Lewis, the girl, the delinquent, the gymnasium. Why is it when you turn 40-something, you can't talk without your voice getting all fucking chunky? I hate that shit.
I don't know, man.
It's like that
one
old
of many
man
things that just starts failing.
Yeah, it's that old man bullshit you hear about when you're a kid about like middle-aged dudes like then you turn 45 and you're like
Yeah, I know. Just your body just produces more phlegm for some fucked up reason. I don't know,
I
man.
don't even talk that much. Anyway, all right. So we're in the gymnasium. As the Darksiders pass the gym doors, Shelly is the last in line, and an arm reaches out and pulls her into the gym. The doors shut behind her, and inside the gym is a single chair and a projector screen. Suddenly, the large gym windows are covered one by one, casting the entire room into shadow. A spotlight appears on Shelly's face, and after a moment of protest, she says, "Okay, Parker, do your worst." This is just like the last episode with Mikey getting the projector message from Parker.
Yeah.
Starting to repeat himself here.
Yeah.
Actually, this whole scene reminded me a lot of the scene from the Heathers episode,
Totally.
He does basically the same fucking thing.
Yeah. He just wants to be a filmmaker.
Yeah. He's like, this worked once. She's probably aware what she's in. She's in for another video package of montages meant to play to her sentimentality, so she sits down. On the screen, we are shown a package of montages meant to play into her sentimentality with the typical sappy Parker voiceover. And then, as I mentioned a second ago, it's really reminiscent of the presentation that he put together to try to get her out of the Vogues.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go through trying to explain it because it's the same basic thing,
Oh, totally, yeah.
But in the final sequence, which is meant to show where her life will go if she continues down this destructive path, we see this large silhouette, lots of those this episode as well.
Yeah.
It emerges and then tears through the screen. And a gorgeous lady of wrestling says, "Say hello to your future."
And so this is played by Deanna D. Queen Kong Boer, or Boer or Boer. She's credited here, I guess, as Maxine, though we never really get a name.
Right, yeah.
She's probably most well known for her time in Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, like you already mentioned.
Yep.
She was Matilda the Hun. And this is Glow, the original, 80s wrestling thing, not the, wasn't a Netflix show that was kind of based on it.
Yeah, it's a good show, too, if you ever get a chance to watch it.
Yeah, no, I watched the first season. I love the first season. I just, for some reason, I never went, I don't know how many seasons they ended up having, but.
It's like 3 or 4,
great show, great show.
Yeah.
And then she was also a roller derby skater, skating under the name, or the moniker, Queen Kong.
Queen Kong. That's a great name. All right, so we're in the hallway outside the gym after that sequence, and the buds are standing out there looking shocked. Inside, we hear the sounds of battle, along with some squealing cats. Always got to have the squealing cats. Suddenly, the door opens, and Shelly Ringwald emerges. Mistaking this for success, the buds high-five in that way that they do. Then we cut to a leather glove-clad fist smashing a fire alarm. Realizing their failure, the buds look inside the gymnasium. The large lady sits up, brutalized, and says, "Be afraid. Be very afraid." And then Miss Musso appears and shouts, "Bueller!" And Jerry quickly replies, "Canceled, Miss Musso."
I love this gag. It's so
it's
perfectly
so
timed.
Yeah. Why not kick him in the balls again,
Yeah.
The cast and the crew from fucking Ferris Bueller sitting at home like, "Come on! You already won. We're all looking for work." Except Jennifer Aniston. I'm sure she was fine.
Yes.
So Miss Musso collects and then corrects herself and tells them to get to her office immediately. Topic: Shelly Lewis, former student. V.O. Parker tells us he can't allow Miss Musso to expel Shelly. It's time for Operation Scapegoat. And then he sinks out of the scene and into his seat in Miss Musso's office. Parker tells Miss Musso he can't lie. He pulled the fire alarm. Miss Musso, who is cleaning her nails and digging at her teeth with a dinosaur claw or something.
I know.
I don't know what the hell that was.
I don't know.
It was, she's like picking her nails and then starts picking between her teeth with it.
Yeah.
She's not buying this for a second. But, she says, a scapegoat is a scapegoat. And then suddenly she's adorned in judge's robes as she brings down a gavel and sentences him to 2 weeks of detention. They are dismissed, and Frank reminds her that it is time for the Whiz Kids academic meet, or WCAM. She's distraught. They'll be the laughingstock of the school district. She holds up Kubiak's test again, still unable to understand how he did so well. She tosses the test on her desk, and as they leave, we are able to see that Kubiak used his Scantron to spell out "Eat now" like a fucking light bright.
So stupid.
Yes, it is.
So stupid, but so great.
Yeah, because you sit there and look at it, and it's like, in order for that to work, he would have had to have answered 7 times on one particular question.
Yeah, exactly.
I call bullshit, sir. Anyway, so at WCAM, El Corrado leads Santo Domingo 775-700. This is set up in kind of like a game show format, quiz show kind of, which is what it is. It's a quiz. It's a quiz game. It's set up like a quiz game show because it's a quiz game. Have I painted a good word picture, everybody? Okay.
Yes.
So the host asks a question, and Jerry rings in like you would at a quiz show, providing the correct answer as well as some superfluous information. He's congratulated by the host, and as points are put on the board, Jerry looks down at his watch, concerned. The next question, worth 50 points, is for a translation of the Descartes quote, "Cogito ergo sum." Maybe we can find someone who speaks Latin to do that part for me, huh? Cogito ergo sum. Anyway, the Santo Domingo
sound
team...
like a pirate.
Cogito ergo sum. I sound Irish. Cogito ergo sum.
Oh, God.
I'm really bad at this. All right. So. The Santo Domingo teammates look up one by one towards Jerry, but find his seat empty. The crowd gasps. Miss Musso looks distraught. And then suddenly Kubiak's eyes go wide. He has a thought. Miss Musso sees that he has a thought. Kub lifts his hand in the air. I think he has a burrito or a sandwich in the other hand.
Yeah, he's got like a sub sandwich in his hand. Yes.
Yeah. And we cut between him bringing his hand down to the buzzer and Miss Musso in various states of despair. She's like screaming no at one point, and I think she throws her hand in the air, and at one point she's like biting on one of her fingers or something, just like horrified. But he succeeds in ringing in, and the host calls upon him, and he provides his translation. "I eat, therefore I am." The host consults the judges, and after a tense moment, they provide their generous consent and award him a correct answer.
Because it's not the right answer.
No.
It's close, but it's
close
not right.
enough, I guess. Close enough to decide the entire match.
Yes.
I think El Corrado would be like, hold on, we're filing a dispute here.
Yes.
That was the game-winning question.
Yeah.
So Santo Domingo wins. The crowd of 7 people goes wild. Miss Musso stands up. I love this. She stands up and she's already dressed for a luau. She's like doing a hula dance and shit. It's really funny. So she approaches Larry back in her normal clothes and asks how he knew the answer. And Coob's response, existentialism. Thanks, Coob. Okay. So once again, we're in the hallway. Mikey and Parker are searching high and low in every nook and cranny and locker for the Darksiders' lair, which is called the Black Hole. I don't know if they mentioned that before that. I don't think that's mentioned.
No, this is where I think they mention it.
Yeah. They haven't had any luck yet, but as they reach the end of the hallway, they find a sign that reads Black Hole with an arrow pointing the way. It's a silly sight gag. And then Jerry arrives dressed in fatigues and carrying a shield. And I made a note here that I presume that this is him preparing for combat with the Darksiders, but it's very strange because it's like there was a scene that was cut or something, because he wasn't wearing that when he was at the thing. You know, he just shows up here wearing fatigues and a shield. And then Parker puts his hand on his shoulder at one point, and he's like, "Careful, sir, I have a boo-boo there," you know? And I don't remember that being something that happened earlier. Do you?
No, it wasn't. I think it was just, I think the whole gag was just that he shows up ready for battle, like looking all tough.
But then
then Parker just touches him on the shoulder, breaks his bird bones like last time.
Okay, yeah,
I think that was the extent of the whole thing.
Okay, that makes sense. So Parker says, "Gentlemen, let's do some good." He proceeds to room 15, but turns and finds that the buds haven't moved. He tells him, "Okay, you guys stay here. I'll go in." And Mikey and Jerry nod very enthusiastically. I love that they're both just like, it's totally goofy.
Yeah.
I love anytime they have we have these episodes where Mikey is like too cool for school, and then like the last one, and then we follow it up with one where he's just as fucking goofy as Jerry, you know?
Yes.
It's really funny. All right, so we're in the black hole. Inside, the room is black. Gauze hangs from the ceilings. The room is decorated like a haunted house at an amusement park. There are candles throughout, and in the center of the room, Parker sees the Darksiders seated around a pool that is illuminated by focused light from off-screen. They appear to be having a seance or something. They're chanting and whatnot.
Yeah. Totally chanting.
Yeah. Parker sees Shelly, who is seated uncomfortably with them. Parker sneaks over and plants himself behind Shelly. I don't know how he thought nobody was going to see him. She's very small. She tells him to beat it. If Jimmy Joe sees him, he's dead. Parker tells her that these guys want her to believe it is okay to throw her life away, and it isn't. She says, "What life?" And that being his little sister stinks. At least here, she is a somebody. Parker apologizes for the state of affairs. He wasn't aware of this. But he tells her he's not in control of her life, and neither is Jimmy Joe. She's in control. At this, Jimmy Joe snaps his fingers and says,
Remove the Gumby.
I love that line, Reed. That's so great. The Darksiders stand and begin to move towards Parker, but Shelly stands in front of him and demands that they not touch him. The Darksiders recoil. Shelly tells Jimmy Joe that Parker wants to leave. Jimmy Joe says no one leaves until he says so, and Shelly tells him that she's leaving too. Jimmy Joe says he doesn't think so. When Parker pushes to leave, Jimmy Joe is incredulous. You taking me on, Gumby? He says with a chuckle. Parker responds, yeah, I am. Trout. Yeah, Jimmy Joe shifts on his feet, and then we hear Mikey come from off camera and say, and me. Then Jerry joins in, and Kubiak, and we see student after student emerge behind Parker and Shelly, announcing their intention to take on Jimmy Joe. Scanning the crowd, Jimmy Joe chuckles nervously and says, hey, it was a rhetorical question. That's another great line. I love that. Yeah. He's like, it was a rhetorical question. Shelly exits the Darksiders' lair, and when she passes through the door, she is transformed into Standard Shelly. Standard 1991 Shelly.
Standard issue.
Yeah. She is greeted by cheers from her classmates. When Parker asks where everyone came from, Mikey tells him it was a part of Best Bud's sub-plan. And that's all the explanation we get about that.
Yeah, I know.
They're like, what do we go? How do we get them all there? You know what? Just tell them it was a Best Bud's sub-plan. All right, fuck it. That's enough.
What is a sub-plan anyways?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been funny if he's like, well, what does that mean? And then they just cut or something.
Well, cut.
Yeah. What does that mean? Miss Musso and Frank arrive inches from Shelly's face. Miss Musso tells her that there's still the matter of the massive school disruptions. She is forced to sentence Shelly to 3 months detention, but given Shelly's previous status as a stellar snitch, she is reducing her sentence to community service. She wants Shelly to convert the black hole into a recycling center for Santo Domingo. Next in line is Jerry. As a punishment for abandoning the Whiz Kids academic meet, or WCAM, Jerry is sentenced to a week's detention. This will be suspended, however, if he attends the WCAM finals. Jerry agrees. And Parker then observes, wow, this is great. Everyone's detention is suspended.
I love his read on this, too, because, yeah, he's like, wow, this is great. Everyone's detention is suspended. Everyone's.
He's like looking around like, hey, guys, isn't this
Everyone's.
Great?
Everyone's.
Miss Musso says, not so fast, Lewis, and gives him the thumb. As he starts to leave, Shelly stops him, and he says, hey, there's no need to thank me. At which point, she socks him in the sternum.
Yes.
She says, that's for locking me in that gym with a 300-pound she-beast. Parker tries to explain himself, but Miss Musso grabs him by the ear and pulls him along. I love the noise he made, because he's all like, it's like fucking Curly or some shit. It's so funny.
Totally.
So we cut to the football field. Shelly walks out onto the field, and V.O. Parker tells us that the events of the day demonstrate to Shelly that she has far more fans at the school than anyone ever knew. And one fan, even she didn't know about. And I just wrote herself, right? That's what he's getting at.
Yeah.
Okay. Shelly looks at her pom-pom and walks off the field. And then for our end credits, it's not really funny.
No.
It's just Shelly approaches one of the vandalized lockers and with a can of cleaner sprays some of that on the paint, and she begins to clean it off.
Yeah, this is like the first time. It's a knee slapper. It's like one of the first times that the end credit is not a follow-up to the opener. Like, right. It's not another, it's not like a fifth part of the opener gag. Like, traditionally, she'd be at the armoire, right, and she would open it and, like, hang up her Darksider clothes and pull out her, I don't know, it'd be something like that, right? Or there'd be some gag at an armoire.
Punch up. Let's see if we can send a message to Brian Spicer and be like, Chip's got an idea.
Do we have time for a pickup before we go to air?
I know we can't get all the cast back. We really only need to get Maya.
Yeah, exactly.
This particular scene.
Oh God, yeah, but it's weird because normally it follows that formula, and this is the first time we've kind of broken that.
Yeah. So that's the end of the episode.
Penny for your thoughts?
So, what were your thoughts on this episode, Chip?
It was a fun one. I mean, to me, feels typical Parker, fun, goofy, cartoony. I love the fucking Gumby gag.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of my all-time favorites. Lots of phasing in and out of reality.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
just goofy, the goofy Darksider outfits. I mean,
yeah, yeah. This felt like, it felt like a little bit of a retread of the Vogues thing, but
yeah, totally.
It is also an episode of Shelly trying to find herself, so there's going to be a little bit of, there could be a little of something like that anyway. Yeah, we're always talking about how we're kind of over the episodes where Mikey doesn't know if he wants to be friends or be a grown up or whatever. I don't know if this bodes poorly, but I'm kind of over the Parker moralizing to people episodes, where he whips up a video package and tries to like save somebody, I get why he's doing it here. It's his sister and everything, but like that whole motif, but it's kind of packaged. It's grouped into this bigger package of a very funny, goofy Parker Lewis-esque episode, with lots of silly sight gags and the Gumby thing, like you mentioned. And, I mean, I always love episodes where people are beaming in and out. So just anything that bends the reality like that, is enjoyable. So,
and I mean, there was a lot of it. I mean, they definitely kind of amped it up in this episode more so than normal, I think, or it's just another step along the way. Like with the skeleton hand through the bars of the detention, like the cutting to Musso instantly in Judge's Judge's robe and like slamming the gavel down, and then she's back in her regular clothes. Same thing with the Hawaiian get up, and then all of a sudden she's back in her regular clothes. Like it's just they really kind of amped it up. So I agree. Some of the some of the beats are a little like, oh, we've seen that before, but it like you say, it's packaged in a broader package of just fun shit,
Yeah.
So,
and I love a Shelly episode. We don't get a ton of those, we've had a handful of them, and they've all been really enjoyable. So
yes, totally.
It's another fun Shelly episode, and after last week's it wasn't a serious episode, but slightly more serious episode. It was fun to bounce into a goofy one where Mikey's acting like a goofball.
Yeah, totally.
So,
this one's way above last week's or last episode.
I agree.
For sure.
On the next Synchronize Swatches.
Next time, Season 2, Episode 3. I forgot to write down the name of it. Full Mental Jacket, I think is what it's called. Full Mental Jacket.
This is one. This is one we have talked about. I think
because I've watched it already. I watched it a number probably early on when we started this project, and I love this episode.
Yeah.
The synopsis, maybe not so much. Full Mental Jacket. Parker is the leader. Mikey is the flirt and the wild one. And Jerry is the brains. While Jerry's jacket has become a part of him and constantly saves the group's hides, it seriously crimps Jerry's love life. Okay. It starts innocently enough. Parker and Mikey take Jerry's jacket and try to help him impress a girl. Okay. When Jerry needs his jacket back, it mysteriously disappears, and other parties' interests are piqued when they find that Jerry doesn't have the jacket. In true Parker Lewis form, the end is climatic?
Mm-hmm. It's a word.
As everyone seeks out the power of the jacket.
This is really bad.
The end is climatic. Is that supposed to be climactic?
Yeah.
Climatic. It's a weather event.
Yeah.
As everyone seeks out the power of the jacket. That synopsis was...
Well, that was word barf.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Total word barf.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, this is
God damn.
This is the episode where BJ Barry comes back. We get to see Badge again in the next one.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So he like rips out the alarm system in the jacket, and then it...
Yes. That's a good one.
That is true, man.
You've been listening to Synchronize Swatches, your twice-monthly dose of coolness.
But wait, if listening isn't enough and you'd like to see our ugly mugs, not a problem.
Head on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel at Synchronize Swatches. There you'll find all of our mainline episodes as well as our bonus content.
We're also on social media. We hate it, but we're on there. Search our handle at SwatchesPod on Instagram and TikTok, and follow us, please. We welcome your comments, questions, and critiques, all forms of correspondence, over at our email address, swatchespod@gmail.com.
While you're at it, why not cruise over to your favorite podcast app of choice and leave us a 5-star rating and positive review. It really makes a difference in getting the word out about what we're doing here.
Our theme music was written and produced by My Sinister Hand.
The show is recorded on the west and east coasts of the United States. It is written by the hosts with pre-production. That's not right. Fuck.
We both do the pre-production.
Idiot. It is written by the hosts with post-production by Chip Johnson. Chris Gregory manages our social media empire. Special thanks to Paul Coates for all of his German title insights, and Allison Doster for our new custom logo design. You can see more of her work over at Instagram, where she uses the handle Bunny Soul Art, spelled BUNISOULART.
Thanks again for joining us. Until next time, I'm Chip Johnson.
And I'm Chris Gregory.
Reminding you that apathy is the Orwellian prologue. Get out there and do some good.
My friend Jerry said you guys were going to do something really neat today.
This episode sponsored by the Golf Lobby.